And welcome back to the Tune In podcast.
We're back.
Ooh. It's been a good week. We're at the All-Star break.
Sir.
Let's go.
Yeah, so just in time for our long weekend, too. We got Monday off of school.
Thank goodness it was George Washington's birthday?
Yeah.
Or Abe Lincoln's birthday?
Yeah, shout out Founding Fathers over there. It's pretty sick.
Hey, we don't know where we'd be without them.
That's right. That's right. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I just finished up my first round of midterms, so I felt like
you survived.
I somehow survived, so it's about a third of the way through school.
Nice, let's go.
Yeah, how about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Just, it's been kind of weird, kind of snowy this week, kind of rainy, but then it gets warm again, and I don't know. It just feels like maybe it's just the end times.
I think last week it was warm enough. I went out and shot hoops at a park by our apartment.
Let's go.
This week, not a chance that's happening with the snow and cold.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for All-Star break.
Yeah, it should be good.
Yeah, we got a little bit yesterday on Friday. We're recording Saturday morning, so we got some good stuff tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, we're excited to watch it.
Yeah.
Should be an exciting episode today, too. We got some Jazz games to talk about. Of course, we'll update you on all the past week's games, and as well as our tracker, how we're doing. It's been kind of a rough week. Andrew will give us our player of the game. We'll talk about, we only have one upcoming game this week because of All-Star, but we will dive into some Jazz news, which includes some All-Star stuff. And then we'll make some predictions about All-Star weekend and of course close out with local sports.
Make sure to follow us on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, wherever you can find us. Check out our past episodes. We've given a lot of good takes about the rookies so far this year. We've broken down every Jazz game so far into the All-Star break, so make sure to check those out.
And this is episode 62 of Tuned In Jazz. Ooh, yeah, we've been consistent this year. We've predicted every game, which I feel like last year we missed a couple, but this year we've been pretty good. Tracker, we kind of stayed about the same distance from each other. I think I did 2 points better, but that's...
I'll be honest, marginal. I was kind of seeing how far off we were on a lot of these games.
Yeah.
We didn't do so well.
Yeah, not too hot.
I think...
Not too hot.
We both thought we were going to beat the Clippers on Thursday at home. It was a close loss, but we didn't win that one. We both thought we were going to get blown out by the Lakers at home. Yeah. Not the case. The Jazz surprised us again by beating the Lakers in the Delta Center.
Yeah, all things considered, I think it was a good week for the Jazz. A win and 2 overtime losses. I think we could take the moral victory on both of those overtime losses because we played well. So. Yeah,
I mean, the first month or two of the season, we had no overtime games. And now within the last month, I think we've had 4 overtime games.
Yeah.
Been pretty crazy.
Been pretty wild. But it started with the Suns, which was kind of last week, but we recorded a little different, so we missed being able to talk about it. But the Jazz lose in overtime. That was kind of a crazy game. Grayson Allen,
our
Jazz's very own, he kind of cooked us. He hit how much time was left on the clock? It was 1 point. It was less than a second or something like that, and he hits just a really beautifully drawn up play on the inbound. And
it looks like there was maybe 5 seconds left. Keontae hits, or Isaiah Collier hit a game winner, kind of.
Yeah. Go ahead, bucket.
Yeah, but then they took it from us.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I guess we do want to lose, quote unquote. So it's not the end of the world. I guess that's the way we would want to lose, probably, because it still goes in the loss column. But your team's playing competitive.
Oh, yeah. So I'm watching the highlights. This is actually insane. So not only did Grayson Allen hit the shot to tie it to overtime, but he also hit a shot before that.
Oh, that's right. He was hooping.
So it was 120 to 116. He hit a 3 to cut it to 1. We made our free throws, and then he hit a 3 to send it to overtime. So it's back-to-back threes.
Dang.
Kind of insane. Couldn't ask for more from your role player than that. So, also in this game, I don't know if you saw, Walker Kessler was an absolute beast. He didn't play in every single game this week, like in some of the LA games. But in this game, he almost had a 20-20 game with 22 rebounds. I'm sure the overtime period helped him boost his stats a little bit, but just one of his best games of the season stat-wise. But we know he's been doing this for a while now. I feel like we just need to keep the same energy. If he has a great rebound game, we just need to keep talking about it.
Yeah, I feel like he was
used to it.
He was like exploiting a mismatch there too. The Suns just traded away Nurkic. I'm trying to remember who's their guy.
Nick Richards,
yeah. So I think you kind of want to see him have those dominant wins. Devin Booker, 47 points too. He almost dropped a 50-piece on us.
My goodness.
But we would expect that from him. Honestly, that's not really that surprising. I think over the last couple of years, I've really grown to appreciate Devin Booker's game. Like, his jump shot is like, he's got to have one of the most smooth jump shots in the entire NBA. Mm-hmm. It's really fun to watch.
Yeah. Just looking back, he was the 2018 three-point contest winner.
Interesting.
He's not competing this year, of course, but good shooter.
Interesting.
And then I guess we could just talk about all the LA games kind of lumped together, because that was the rest of the week. But we played 2 in LA against Clippers, Lakers, 2 in Delta Center against Clippers and Lakers. Yeah. Maybe the first question here is like, does this kind of show the Jazz are better at home than they are away? Because we played the same teams at home and away. Definitely went a lot better at home than it did away.
Yeah, I think so,
But what does this kind of tell you about our ability to play on the road?
Yeah, I think it really does speak to that. Especially you got young guys who, I guess in college they probably traveled, but not to this level where you're like in 2 or 3 different cities and within a week. Maybe not in this case, but yeah, I feel like it's got to be tough traveling that much. And especially in LA when the Clippers Stadium is obviously brand new and they got a lot of excited fans, and Crypto's one of the crazier places to play as well, especially for that game, which was Luka's debut. So
yeah, the Clippers game as well, the first one.
Yeah,
we also had a lot of guys out, like Filipowski, Mikhailuk, and Potter were all in the starting lineup, which is not usually how it goes.
Not great.
So us losing by 20 kind of made sense that game.
Yeah, fortunately.
Not to mention, I don't know if you saw it, I can't remember which Clipper game it was, but Ben Simmons, he's on the Clippers now because of the buyout market.
I think it was the second one.
Yeah, like, I don't know what it is, because last year when he was on the Nets, he cooked us 1 game that year. Mm-hmm. This year, same thing, just 1 game of Ben Simmons just absolutely railing us.
Yeah.
But he almost had a triple-double. He had like 12 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, a block. He was doing everything out there.
Yeah. I kind of feel like we were watching like prime James Harden in this game, because he had 23.17 assists, and then you look and Zubac has 26 and 11. Like, that's just James Harden's game. He has a big man and he just plays that 2-man game with him to perfection. Him and Clint Capella used to do that really well back in the day.
And then the next Clipper game, same thing. James Harden had 32, 7, and 10. Norman Powell had 41 as well.
Yeah.
Our boy Chris Dunn played 37 minutes, had like 3 steals, 6 assists. He was balling too.
Yeah.
Missed that guy.
Yeah, me too. He's a good dude. It seems like he's like good friends with a lot of guys on this roster too, so hopefully they're all taking his mentorship still.
And then also, like, we got to see Luka's debut against the Jazz.
That was awesome.
LeBron's been losing a lot of those milestone games, but they won this one, right?
Yeah. How did you think, what was your first impression about how they looked together?
Yeah, I mean, they look great. I don't know if you saw in that first game, like, Luka had a full court pass to LeBron, and I was like, okay, maybe they can play together.
Yeah.
That being said, I don't know, like, how this will go in the long term. Like, LeBron's only got a couple years left. Luka's the future. I feel like the maybe 1 or 2 years, maybe 3 years that they're together, I think they'll be a great team. But I do think that if Anthony Davis was here, they'd still have a higher peak.
I think so too.
So that being said, I don't think they have as good of a chance this year and maybe next year as they would have with Anthony Davis, but the future's bright, and Lakers fans should be so thrilled.
Yeah.
If you're a Lakers fan watching these first couple games, you should be like drooling in your mouth, like, wow, this is where awesome. You're so spoiled. Like, Luka is so good.
I actually thought the ball was moving like so well, and of course it was against the Jazz, so we've kind of struggled defensively, but like the ball was just all over the floor, like between LeBron and Luka. Like they were just like Luka's so good at just finding guys like in the opposite corner, and the ball gets there so quick that it's hard for your defense to like shift over. I agree with you. I don't think that they're necessarily a contender this year, but I will say I would not look forward to playing them in a playoff series. I think they could surprise you. Like I wouldn't be surprised if this team like has like a random Western Conference Finals run or something like that, you know. I don't know if it will happen, but
I also think you got to take into account Austin Reeves is having a career year this year.
Yeah.
Like last year, we kind of thought of him as like a decent scorer, can give you a big game every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
This year, he's a different player. He's putting up more consistent scoring games, and he's actually also a pretty good passer.
Yeah.
So now they have 3 good passers. So you got to take into account Austin Reeves. Like, he's going to be a guy that's going to be there for a while too. And so I think most people are thinking, oh, how will LeBron and Luka play together? But you also got to think, how will Luka and Austin Reeves play together? Because
they get connect back, who's going to hit some threes. I do think.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that trade while we're
Williams?
at it? Like, how would you feel if you were Dalton Connect and you got traded and then had to come back?
Oh man,
he was like in the. He was like getting ready to play for the Hornets, and they said like, "Hey, by the way, don't play for the Hornets anymore. Come back."
Coming back, yeah. Apparently, Mark Williams failed his physical. I think it's turning into a little bit of drama, though. I saw the Hornets are appealing the trade to the league, and now Mark Williams allegedly is saying he's not coming back to the Hornets. I think he's pretty upset.
Wow.
That they wanted to trade him. So I don't know what's going to happen. I saw something that somebody said like, they could buy him out and then the Lakers could sign him anyways, which would be like insane because then that means they literally kept all their pieces.
Lakers are finessing everyone.
Yeah, they are. So I wouldn't be surprised. But they did sign Alex Len, and I think their roster's full as of right now, so they'd have to cut somebody to sign anybody else.
Well, they can't cut Bronny, so.
Yeah, can't cut Bronny.
Yeah, I mean, they also have Christian Coloco. He's like a 7'6" dude.
That's true.
Like or maybe not 6.
They were trading Cam Reddish. I wouldn't be surprised if they just bought him out or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, no, they did trade Cam Reddish in. Oh wait, did he
was
come
part
back
of that trade too? Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
He was part of that trade.
So they could just get rid of him.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I think Alex Len helps them a lot. I think Jackson Hayes wasn't going to be a legitimate starter at center. I mean, he would have to have been, but that was going to be a little rough. So
another reason why maybe this year's not the year. But
yeah, absolutely. But kind of exciting. I'm kind of excited. I'm low-key. I mean, not really low-key. I'm a LeBron guy. Even though it's the Lakers, I kind of to root for them. But we did get a win in the second game. That was pretty good.
Yeah. Jazz surprise us all the time.
Yeah.
I know this was like a really well-balanced game. We kind of just stomped on them.
Yeah.
Didn't really hold back.
Yeah.
All of our main players had good games. Clarkson shot well this game.
We had 7 guys in double digits.
Yeah.
Scoring. Just pretty crazy.
Yeah, and I guess especially point out Lauri Markkanen, 32 points, 6 3-pointers. Shot 60% from the field. Just an amazing game for him. It's been a while since we've seen that from him.
Yeah. Yeah, really good game. I think it's kind of crazy. Our rookies, I keep saying rookies, our young guys, they just keep inching closer and closer to triple-double.
Yeah.
Isaiah Collier, 10, 9, and 7. Keontae, 20, 10, and 7. Which one of those guys you think?
Yeah, they just need to get a couple more rebounds.
Yeah, which one of those guys you think is going to get it sooner? I think it's going to happen eventually, but
I think Isaiah Collier's getting the assist over 10 more than Keontae, so I think if he just gets 1 or 2 more rebounds, he'll probably get it.
He'll probably get it one game
within this or next year. Yeah,
I could see it. Yeah, But if those guys turn into that, that'd be pretty sick. My question would be like, do we have space for both of them if they both keep improving? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem like, my original thought was maybe Keontae could just play the two, but it doesn't seem like that's really what's happening. So it'll be interesting.
I also think, I mean, we haven't really seen Colin Sexton that much this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen him at all.
Yeah, he's kind of been out of the lineup, but it kind of looks like to me, and this is just from like the short amount of games we've seen Collier in the starting lineup.
Mm-hmm.
But Isaiah Collier seems like he just naturally has the point guard ability.
Yeah.
Be a facilitator and everything.
It's true.
Whereas Keontae, we kind of had to like force feed him to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I kind of like Collier as our point guard.
Yeah.
Maybe not yet, right, solidified, but I could see him being our point guard of the future.
Yeah.
And then kind of picking between Sexton and Keontae, or one of them comes off the bench, something, I don't know.
I've been really impressed with Isaiah Collier. Just like, he's playing with a lot of maturity right now. Like the last game against the Clippers, like we were like in overtime, he had like a steal and a breakaway layup, like just really big plays. Like, and I think he like took a charge or something in overtime as well. Like he's just a winner. So I'm excited about Isaiah Collier. Both those guys are going to be amazing. So
yeah, I mean, I saw the stat on Instagram that was like the most assists per game since January, and Isaiah Collier was like number 6.
It's wild
in the league.
Yeah,
Isn't
and
that
he's not
crazy?
in the Rising Stars game. It just blows my mind, honestly. But that's whatever.
Because I mean, guys like James Harden, Jokic, Trae Young, Cade, LeBron, Harden, then Isaiah Collier. That's like from January on. That's like pretty much how it's gone. That he's just been getting so many assists.
Yeah, I thought it was funny at the Lakers game. They kept mentioning that he was Bronny James's teammate in college.
That's all they know about him right now.
They just the whole world revolves around Bronny whenever it's a broadcast. It's just funny,
but good job for him.
That being said, who do you think stands out to you this week?
Yeah, I mean, I got player of the week. There's been a couple guys that had some good games. Some guys that have been in and out of the lineup that kind of hurts them. Like, for instance, you could argue Kessler this week because he had like 20 blocks.
Yeah.
But he's been out of the lineup a couple of the games, so that kind of hurts him a little bit. I'm going to give it this week to Lauri Markkanen. I feel like
that's fair.
He's had some down weeks throughout the season, and we've been kind of worried about that because we paid him so much money.
Mm-hmm.
This week, he's back to even above what I would expect from him. He was just really good.
Yeah.
That being said, he did miss one of the games, but he had a 30-point game against the Lakers, a couple 20-point games as well. Shot efficiently. He's been back to himself from 3-point line, doing very well there.
Yeah.
Can't ask for much more. He's even got a couple like off the dribble 3-point shots I've been seeing.
Yeah.
Taking people in the paint. So I think, man, this is what I want to see from Lauri Markkanen. This type of play this week is just great, which is why he gets his player of the week finally.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's interesting to me that even though he hasn't really played too hot this year, the double teams still come, and like the extra pressure on him, like every time he's on the floor, it's like Lauri Markkanen is the guy they're trying to stop. So it really does help the rest of our offense. So I like that pick.
Love it. That ends up being his second player of the week. So he's catching up to guys like Walker and John Collins. I think John Collins is leading it right now. We have 4.
Sheesh.
So he's been really good.
That's fair. We only have one upcoming game this week. I guess we got a little bit of a break because of All-Star, which is good. But we play the Thunder next Friday. The Red Hot Thunder.
Feels so far away.
Yeah, it does. Who even knows what our team will look like by then? Probably might have Cooper Flag by then. I don't know how this works. But
yeah, I mean, everyone's going to be rested up too. Yeah. So I think we should be fully healthy. Hopefully the Thunder are fully healthy.
Yeah.
I know they said they had Chet Holmgren back. By the way, just plug, did you see Anthony Edwards dunk over him?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty insane.
That was nasty.
So he might be a little shook from that when we play him.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say that the Thunder win by 15.
Ooh,
they've just been the best team in the league, in my opinion. And so it's going to be a tough outing for the Jazz, even if they're at home.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to say lost by 14. Thunder are just such a good team. I have a hard time seeing anybody stopping them this year, and even in the playoffs, but especially not the Jazz in the regular season. So, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, last time they played us, Shea had 52. So at least let's keep him to 40 or below. How about that?
Let's do another overtime loss. I'm down for that.
Yeah, overtime losses are fun.
But I'm going to say 14 for now.
But how are we doing in the tankathon?
Oh, man. Well, we're still in third. It's tight, though. It's tight. I think, so as of right now, for those of you who, we mentioned this before, but you don't know, top 3 worst records get equal odds at the number 1 pick, 14%. So the Jazz are number 3 right now, but we're only a game ahead of Charlotte. And then there's a little bit of space between 5th place, but we really don't want to drop to 4th place. I don't know. It's going to be tight.
Charlotte's bad.
Yeah.
We were just talking about all the drama with the trade. They might have just gave up both their centers for nothing.
Yeah.
So they're trying to lose very hard right now.
The Pelicans, us, and the Hornets all have 13 wins. We've kind of played different amounts of games. That's why there's the difference. And then Washington is just horrible, 9-45.
No one's catching them.
Holy crap, yeah. But yeah, so should be interesting here.
Yeah, I if I'm being honest, I think Charlotte's going to catch us, and we're just going to have to be okay with that.
I think we have a better chance of leapfrogging New Orleans. We're only a game or half a game behind them or ahead of that. I guess is weird.
But they had a big losing streak of 9, so
that's true.
They could go on another one of those. We'll see.
This is going to be a rough one.
Yeah, and plus the Jazz beat the Lakers. Who knows who they'll beat next, right?
Yeah, we were talking about it before, too. Cooper Flagg made some comments about possibly staying, too, which would add a whole new dimension to this.
Right.
All of a sudden, without Cooper Flagg, I think this class looks a lot worse than it. Like, right now, it feels pretty deep.
Yeah.
But if you don't have him on top, you pretty much just have Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey and a pretty big drop-off.
Then you kind of need to be in the top 2 instead of the top 3, so.
Pretty much, yeah. So it should be pretty wild.
Yeah, hopefully we can lose a couple more. Charlotte needs to win some, please, and New Orleans.
Well, All-Star weekend's already started. Rising Stars, like a little mini tournament, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, but
yeah,
it happened already. Our boy Keontae shined. First game he had 10 points, took 5 shots, and in the second game he only had 3 points, but those 3 points was the one that won the game
to the
for
target
him.
score. Yeah. I'm just glad the G League team didn't win.
Yeah, yeah,
because I feel like that would have been not as good.
Yeah.
I wish they tried a little bit harder, to be honest. But I think since the games are shorter, they feel like they just feel so fast. So it's pretty easy for a team to get to the end of that period and then kind of just put in less effort. Yeah.
I think on the bright side here, if you were worried about not seeing any All-Stars that are Jazz players, now we have a Jazz player playing in the All-Star game, quote unquote. So that's kind of fun.
Honorary All-Star in a way.
Yeah. So maybe they'll be motivated to play hard. I mean, they're the young guys, so it'll be kind of fun.
We saw John Stockton kind of release this little thing, a little video.
Yeah.
Apparently he has a podcast now.
Yeah, it looks like he was mentioned in the halftime show. Yeah, it should be. It's kind of interesting. He's kind of an older guy, podcast, whatever. But
yeah, I guess like cool. In the Super Bowl halftime show, Kendrick Lamar has him in his new song.
Yeah, that's pretty hype.
I don't know. How would you feel if you were in like one of the top rap songs of the year as a basketball player? That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, it'd be pretty sick, honestly. Especially a guy like John Stockton, even though he's like one of the all-time greats, he's kind of forgotten about a lot. So it's kind of
he's not really a cultural icon type of guy.
It's a little niche to add him into your song, which is pretty sick. So
yeah, I like that he spoke about it too, because I feel like no one really hears from John Stockton. Usually, he's kind of just doing his own thing.
Yeah,
but apparently he has a podcast now, so I guess can hear about him a lot.
Pretty hype. Well, I guess All-Star game. We had a couple replacements.
Yeah. My boy Giannis is out. Sad, but get healthy Giannis, and then AD was also out, so to replace him was Trae Young and Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
I know you were saying you thought LaMelo Ball should get in there.
I think so.
Even over Trae Young?
I think so. I mean,
Trae Young's team's a lot better.
It's probably that team record that puts Trae Young over LaMelo, but yeah. The All-Star rosters are looking pretty small now too. You take Giannis and AD out and put Young and Irving. It's pretty lack of height, but I guess with this format it doesn't matter too much. So
yeah, as long as they got like 2 centers or 2 big guys, they'll be fine. So that leads us to, we have predictions for every single part of the All-Star weekend. So tonight we got skills challenge, 3-point and dunk contest. And then tomorrow we got the All-Star game / tournament, I guess. So let's get the boring one out of the way first.
Yeah.
To some people, I enjoy the skills challenge, but it's definitely the least exciting out of all of them.
I feel like it's the one they take the least seriously, probably. But
it's kind of just a warm-up to get the fans ready.
Yeah.
Who do you got to win this? I guess your options: Team Cavaliers, Mitchell and Mobley; Team Warriors, Moses Moody and Draymond Green; Chris Paul and Wembanyama, Team Spurs; and Team Rooks, Risha Shea and Alex Sarr.
Yeah, well, I'm tempted to put Team Spurs, but I don't know. Wemby's just kind of an awkward guy, even though he's really talented. So I'm going to say something about it tells me the Warriors are going to win this. Team Warriors. Say what you want about Draymond. I'm a Draymond hater, but that dude has some skills. He's very good at, he knows how to pass the ball to Steph. That's the one thing he does know how to do. So I think, and then Moses Moody's pretty talented too. So I don't know. My gut's telling me that.
Okay.
What are you feeling?
I've also got Team Warriors, but not because of my gut. Because they've only been doing a team skills challenge for 3 years.
Okay.
And every single year, the home team wins it.
Oh,
I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't even think about that.
So, like 2022, Team Cavs won it in Cleveland.
Yeah.
2023, Team Jazz, our boys, they won it in Utah. And then last year, Team Pacers won it in Indy.
Ooh,
so
okay.
I kind of feel like the Team Warriors are going to try harder than the other guys.
Yeah.
Just because they're at home, the fans are going to cheer them on a little louder.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm saying the trend's going to continue where the home team wins it every single time.
Oh, I like that.
So Team Warriors, Draymond.
Okay. Then that takes us to the NBA 3-point contest. Kind of an interesting roster this year.
Some people call this the best part of All-Star Weekend. So. I don't know what you'd say.
I think also just to mention, I think I saw last night that Sabrina and Steph's little 3-point contest got canceled, which is kind of sad. But we do have the normal 3-point contest. Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, Darius Garland, Tyler Hero, Buddy Hield, Cam Johnson, Dame Lillard, and Norman Powell. Pretty crazy list of guys. All of them very talented 3-point shooters. Who are you going with to win yours?
Okay, normally I'd say Dame, but it's hard to win the 3-point contest once.
Yeah.
But if he won it this year, this would be the 3rd year in a row that he had won it. I don't know if he can do it. I don't think anyone's ever won it 3 times in a row, except, it looks like apparently Larry Bird won it 3 times, and Craig Hodges won it 3 times, both in like the late 80s, early 90s. So, but since then, 1992, no one's won it 3 times in a row. So I think it's going to be tough for Dame to do. So I'm going to actually give it to my next pick, which is Tyler Hero.
Ooh, okay.
A little bit of a sleeper pick because I was looking at the rosters, and I think Tyler Hero's a guy, he can get a jump shot off quick. He's pretty quick on his feet, and I think he'll be able to shoot a pretty high clip. So
yeah,
I'm going to go for him.
I mean, if we have in the same week Cooper DeJean getting a pick 6 and Tyler Hero winning the 3-point contest, I think it's a pretty good weekend for the white boys. But
yeah,
I am gonna go with Dame Lillard.
Okay,
I do agree it's gonna be
3
tough.
times in a row.
I think so. I think he's gonna do it. Dame Lillard's just such a generational talent. When his shots just
love the guy.
It'd be hard to beat Dame. But I mean, those guys on that list probably have a good chance. But Yeah.
Yeah, if you had to have a dark horse, who'd you say?
My dark horse probably, honestly, Jalen Brunson, honestly.
Yeah,
I
was
don't know.
thinking about him too.
He's just been shooting really well this year. There's a lot of guys like Buddy Hield. I can't
He's
remember.
won it before.
Has he?
Yeah.
He's really talented. Some of these other guys I don't really know as 3-point shooters like Cade and Darius and Cam. I mean, I have no doubt that they can. I just don't really know them for that. But
you could give Buddy Hield some, like, because they're in San Francisco, the Warriors home team. I like it though. I think Dame could definitely do 3, but I don't know. It's hard to do.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about another 3-peat here. Mac McClung 3-peat. Didn't he win the last 2, I think?
Yep. So same story.
Yeah, dunk contest. We got Mac McClung, Stephon Castle, Matas Buzelis, Andre Jackson Jr.
I guess I don't think anyone's ever won the dunk contest 3 times either.
No, I don't think so.
Because Michael Jordan won it 2 times in a row.
Zach LaVine has 2.
Dominique Wilkins won it 2 times, but not in a row.
Yeah.
And then Jason Richardson twice in a row, Nate Robinson twice in a row, and then Zach LaVine twice in a row.
Yeah.
And Mac McClung now.
Zach LaVine probably could have won 3 if he had competed.
That's probably
at 3,
true.
But
I guess guys win it 2 times, and then usually they quit.
They're just done
after that. So
I feel like it'd be hard to come up with new dunks because, like, what hasn't been done at this point? Like, I'm sure it has more. Yeah, that'd be tough to. But Mac McClung's done it. He's gotten unique dunks every time, so maybe.
I think what he's got, he had that one dunk last year, I think, where he did the 540.
Yeah.
Do you know what a 540 is? That's like a full 360 plus another 180.
It's wild, yeah.
And absolutely insane. I don't think that's ever been done before.
He's not that big either. I think he's
he's pretty short.
Yeah, so he's 6'2". I guess that's not small.
He might pull out something we haven't seen before because he did last year. So, I'm one of those guys. I see people kind of hate on the dunk contest. I'm still into it.
Yeah.
Even if it's a dunk I've seen before, if they do it well and do it on the first try, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Right. Because obviously I can't do that. So that being said, I wish there was more star power in it.
Yeah.
But we work with what we have. But who do you think's going to win this one? Do you think Mac McClung's going to 3-peat, or is it going to be somebody else?
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I agree. I think we need more star power in the dunk contest, but I do really enjoy it still. Mm-hmm. And I've seen Andre Jackson Jr. do some pretty crazy stuff and like in-game dunks, just like as far as how high up he can get. So he's going to be my vote.
Really?
I think he could win it. I guess we'll see about his creativity. We really don't know much about any of the 3 guys other than Mac McClung as far as their like dunk ability, but it should be interesting. I think I'm going to go with Andre Jackson Jr. though.
I'm going to go with Stephon Castle.
Okay.
I've seen him poster a couple guys
that's
in
fair.
Games, and I think he's also got like that, like, I don't know if this is true, but he's got like that. He's maybe wanted to do the dunk contest since he was a kid.
Yeah.
Like maybe first year in the NBA, he wants to do it. Kind of makes me think he's got a lot of stuff up his sleeve that he's been thinking about since he was little. You know, exactly. Donovan Mitchell won it as a rookie, so I think a lot of these like top draft picks win it as a rookie.
Yeah,
and they pull out some pretty good dunks. So I think Stephon Castle is going to put on a show.
That's true. A lot of these guys who are like high flyers too, I feel like they get injured pretty quick. Like Donovan Mitchell he's not really a high flyer anymore. I mean, you could say that about a lot of guys. Like even John Morant, like you don't see him like flying around a lot because it's like it's hard on your limbs. So maybe like this like high flying is more of a young man's game than an old man's game.
Do you have like a favorite dunk you've seen in a dunk contest or a couple, like off the top of your head, like what's your favorite dunks you've seen?
Well, low key, I think I remember the time I fell in love with the dunk contest was Dwight Howard's dunk contest. I don't know why I loved his so much. He had this one dunk where he was behind the basket and he like threw it off the backboard from behind, grabbed it and went all the way around to dunk it.
I think that was Andre Iguodala, if I'm not mistaken. At least I know he's done that before, unless they both did it.
They might have both done it. And anyways, but the whole Superman thing was sick too, and I think Blake Griffin's jumping over a car was pretty dope.
That was pretty sweet.
It's hard to beat that. And then the whole showdown between Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon, those were generational. You can't beat that.
Well, I mean, today, of course, listeners can't see, I've got on my Vince Carter shirt. It says it's over.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wasn't alive for that dunk contest in 2000, but I go back and watch that all the time.
Yeah.
The reverse windmill, the honey dip, all the stuff Vince Carter did in that dunk contest was absolutely insane. A lot of people say it's the best dunk contest ever. So my bias says that 3 of my favorite dunks are in that one.
Oh, yeah.
But outside of Vince Carter, I'd have to say like Aaron Gordon's dunk over the mascot where he like put it under both of his legs. And then also the one where the mascot like was on a hoverboard spinning.
Yeah.
Both of those dunks I think are some of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then I don't know who it was, but somebody jumped over Taco like a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was Mac McClung.
Yeah.
I don't think they cleared him fully, but that was an insane dunk too. Aaron Gordon, he dunked over Taco Fall.
7'5" Taco Fall.
Like, I don't care if he like scraped him a little bit because the dude is 7'5".
That's insane. Yeah.
And so like people forget about that dunk. That's probably one of the most impressive ones I've seen.
Yeah. The fact that Aaron Gordon hasn't won one is just insane. Like,
yeah,
it was just bad timing, obviously, but he's a pretty good dunker too. Pretty wild.
So yeah, that one might have to be up there for me as well.
Yeah, I think we can't forget about Jeremy Evans too. What a legend!
We love the man.
Short time in the Jazz, but
do you remember his dunk where he's like kind of a artist a little bit? He like painted his dunk.
Oh yeah.
And
I forgot about that.
He did it and then revealed the painting afterwards. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah. Oh man. There's been some funny ones.
Or there was this funny dunk I saw as well. Gerald Green. I think it was somebody's birthday or something.
Was it the cupcake one?
Yeah, he put a cupcake on the rim and blew it out while he dunked.
Yeah.
Think about how high you have to get to be able to blow out a candle on the rim.
That's pretty well. And not knock the cupcake off the rim either.
Like, not only because you can dunk and have your forehead way below the rim just fine. But to be able to dunk and be able to stare the cupcake in the face, like,
it's so wild.
That dunk is really underrated too.
Yeah. I feel like it's only a matter of time before we get a true free throw line dunk. I feel like we've gotten pretty close. Jordan was like, I guess he technically did, but it was kind of over the line a little bit.
Zach LaVine had one foot over the line and did it through the legs.
I think Dwight did one too. He was just a little past the line, but
I think JaVale McGee did one.
Oh, I forgot.
I don't know if you remember that.
JaVale McGee had a sick dunk one time. I think it was JaVale McGee where he did he dunked 2 balls at once. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, and I think they're both at 12-foot rims.
Yeah, that's right. That was pretty wild.
JaVale, low-key, he had a good dunk contest.
He did. And dunk contest is so fun, though. I'm so excited.
I hope we get a good one. I hope people make it on the first try, too, but we'll see what happens.
Honestly, yeah.
And then our final event on Sunday, the All-Star Game tournament style. We talked about the rosters last time. They got drafted with Kenny, Chuck, and Charles. Who do you got winning it all as like your one team? I guess you could choose the Rising Stars team with Keontae too, but they're probably the underdogs in this case, right?
Yeah, well, I'm being so for real right now. I think they're going to win. I think
really? That's your pick?
I think, well, just because like if we were saying like an actual competitive game, obviously I'm not picking them.
Yeah.
But these, I don't care the format. These All-Stars don't care about this game.
Really?
But the Rising Stars do have a reason to care about this game. These are guys that are like trying to be seen and trying to make a name for themselves in the NBA. So I wouldn't be surprised if they win. That's my pick. I think.
Yeah. Plus they've had a game together already.
Yeah.
They've got a little bit of chemistry, maybe.
Yep.
I think that's a crazy pick, honestly.
It is a little.
Like most people would think like, why are you picking that? But I see what you're saying. Like they could definitely embarrass the All-Stars.
Yeah. Yeah. And I could see this being like a kind of like how we like lost in the Olympics before, and all of a sudden all these All-Stars were like, wait, what the heck? And they like locked in this year for the Olympics. My hope would be the Rising Stars win this year, and all the All-Stars are like, wait a second. And then next year, we're going to have a really good All-Star game.
So you're kind of rooting for them so that next year the All-Stars will step it up.
Absolutely. And I got to root for our boy Keontae, of course.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Well, I also think the Rising Stars team that made it is really good defenders, too.
Yeah, not bad.
They have Jalen Wells. We've talked about him.
Yeah.
Great rookie defender. Amen Thompson. Zach Eady. Pretty solid.
Yep.
Ryan Dunn. Like, they have a lot of good defenders.
Yeah.
So watch out for them to actually play defense.
Absolutely.
But I'm going to go another way.
Fair enough.
I was looking at the other 3 teams. I looked at Chuck's team. They have a lot of good foreign guys. Shea, Karl Anthony Towns, Victor Wembanyama, Donovan Mitchell, Jokic. I just don't think those guys are going to try.
No, unfortunately not.
Maybe Victor will, but I don't think he can do it by himself.
No.
I think Kenny's team is going to, or sorry, Shaq's team is going to win it. Because really, they have Steph Curry on their team, and I think he's just going to get hot.
Their team's got chemistry, too.
They're in San Francisco, so he kind of has home court advantage.
Yeah.
I think everyone's going to be cheering for this team.
Yeah, you got KD and Bron on there.
KD, Bron,
AD, and
Kyrie, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Damian Lillard.
Yeah, they got the experience.
So, I think they got the firepower to, blow a team out, with threes, super quickly. And they also got Jason Tatum and Anthony Davis. Didn't mention that. But Anthony Davis is injured, of course. So I think it's going to be a quick sweep. Steph and company are going to roll through the competition. And then I'm going to say that Steph Curry wins the All-Star Game MVP.
Ooh, okay. I think I forgot to mention I think Stephon Castle MVP, given who I picked. He played really well in the second game that they played. Anyways, he's so talented. So I would hope it'd be Keontae.
That'd be a good weekend for him.
Yeah,
if he were to win, maybe
dunk contest and All-Star MVP. The Kobe Bryant All-Star MVP.
Yeah.
Oh, be kind of interesting. Well, should be fun. I'm excited. How's your fantasy team doing?
Don't ask.
Speaking of All-Star teams here.
Yeah, no, I lost this week just because I had Giannis hurt. I had Bradley Beal hurt. I had 2 other guys hurt. And so no one was playing, so I lost. If Giannis had played his games, I think I would have won. It's just, man, those injuries are killer.
Yeah.
And I do think some of the guys on my team, they know the All-Star break was coming, so they just didn't come back.
Yeah, that's like a rest
If you're
week
going to
for
miss a
guys.
couple games, this is probably the right time of year to do it.
Yeah, honestly.
How's yours?
Mine's kind of similar. I was up 8-1 at one point, and then now I'm up 5-4, so I guess I can't complain. I'll get the win because obviously there's no more games this week. But it's I wish I could have beat him by more because the standings are getting pretty. I think we only have a couple weeks left before playoffs, so should be interesting.
Yeah, you're gonna catch up to me because we're gonna flip flop a little bit.
Yeah,
but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
It also looks like the top guy in the league is down 5.
Oh, is he?
So I think everything's going to squeeze together this week.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, and he's only got a 5-game lead on second place.
Yeah.
Second place is up 6-3 right now, so yeah, that's going to get tight.
Yeah.
Fun. Local sports, Utah Hockey Club, I think they split their games this week. I don't know when their All-Star weekend is.
It's got to be coming up soon, right?
Yeah, but I did see that Team USA Hockey was having I think it was just a friendly match against Finland or something. Clayton Keller got snubbed, apparently. We're still trying to learn hockey, but all the people were saying Clayton Keller should have been in.
For the All-Stars?
On Team USA, their roster to play Finland. Apparently they're doing that next week. Anyway, so apparently he got snubbed. But I don't know. We're still in the hunt.
So this is actually kind of interesting. I just Googled what's the NHL All-Star. They just got rid of it.
Oh, okay.
So what ended up happening is instead of doing an All-Star, they're doing a 4 nations face-off.
Oh, so that's probably what the Team USA thing is then.
Exactly, right? Okay. So I think Canada's one of the teams. USA's one of the teams.
We got to beat Canada.
And I can't find the other 2.
I know we're playing Finland, so it must be Finland.
and Sweden.
Okay.
So it's a round robin tournament for a championship.
Oh shoot! Okay.
So it's kind of dope.
I wonder who Lowry's gonna vote for, who's gonna root for.
He might be kind of tied between the U.S. and Finland. No,
that's really true.
Yeah, but I guess if we don't have any players in there, we don't really care too much. But got to go for USA.
Oh yeah, got to root for the good old.
I don't know which team's favored. I would guess maybe Canada. I don't know.
Yeah. Did you watch the Super Bowl this week? What'd you think? Wow. That was kind of a crazy game.
I thought the Chiefs were going to win for sure. That was surprising to me.
They looked bad. Really
they
bad.
got killed. They couldn't move the ball on offense. Their offensive line was awful. Patrick Mahomes, even with his talent, he couldn't stay in the pocket for a couple seconds. So
yeah, it was weird. We haven't seen Patrick Mahomes not show up like that very often.
I mean, he had it tough though with the sacks.
His offensive line wasn't good.
He really couldn't look down the field very long.
Yeah, his offensive line didn't play very well, but he wasn't taking off like he usually does. He also had a couple of really good looks that he just didn't deliver the ball. It wasn't all his fault, obviously, but
no, he's definitely not the GOAT then, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. It's Eli Manning, right? Of course. No. I'm just kidding.
It's Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick, maybe Fitzmagic.
Shoot. Yeah, no, he struggled for sure.
Yeah, good game though. I'm happy for the Eagles.
Happy for Saquon.
Yeah,
it's nice to see him get one.
Absolutely, there's some good guys over there. Jalen Hurts is a cool guy too, and anyways, pretty exciting.
And then, BYU basketball.
Yeah,
we got a good win against West Virginia.
Yeah, we're on the bubble.
Actually, to be honest, I didn't think we were gonna win that game.
Yeah,
I was a little nervous, but
I'd argue our best win of the season so far. I think.
Really?
I don't know if you saw the end. Yegor Demon, that shot he hit at the end from 3 was pretty nuts. He played really well, so.
He's been playing a little better as of recent.
I think so, yeah. He's looking more like an NBA player as the days go on.
So maybe he'll rise a couple spots in the mock draft after this round of games.
Yeah, so every bracketology thing I see has us as either the last 4 in or last 4 out. So we're really on the bubble right now. We got to play K-State tonight, probably. We play them tonight.
They're probably also a bubble team.
I think so, yeah. I think they're just barely out as right now. But they're right below us in the standings, so in the Big 12 standings. So, anyways.
It was probably really good that we beat Baylor.
Yeah, we needed that.
Because they're right on there, the bubble with us.
Yeah. We got some tough games to finish, too. We got to play Kansas and Iowa State.
Yeah.
We play West Virginia again, but this time at home, so I think we could win. Utah, we play at home, Arizona State, so.
Arizona State's terrible.
Yeah. So we got some games we have to win, and this is one of them, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it seems like we've been taking care of business against the teams we should beat.
Yeah.
And then when we play a Houston, Arizona, Texas Tech, we get killed.
Yeah.
So
shoot the cover off the ball.
About what you'd expect, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Well, thank you for listening to this episode of the Tuned In Jazz podcast. Enjoy All-Star Weekend this week with the dunk contest, 3-point. Let's hope Keontae wins All-Star MVP.
Yes,
That'd be pretty sweet. But thank you for listening. Make sure to check out our past episodes. We've been covering everything up until this point with the trade deadline, all the Jazz games. Follow us on Spotify, Apple, or YouTube, or wherever you find your podcast. And we hope you enjoy the week. Take care.
Peace.